Welcome to Araverse, July 14th, 2022. Morning, Via Parea, Milan. The small apartment is quiet. Inside, Diana Pifferi, a child of only 18 months, lies in her crib. Her mother, Alessia Pifferi, 37, makes final preparations to leave. The scene is one of manufactured routine. 2 bottles of milk, 2 bottles of water, and a bottle of tuccio are placed within the crib, a makeshift supply depot for a 6-day absence. The mother's mind. Alessia Pifferi justifies her actions with a logic born of self-interest and past successful neglect. She has left Diana alone before, for shorter periods. In her mind, the child was always calm and playing with her toys upon her return. This prior complacency becomes the dangerous foundation for the fatal trip. She believes the small provision will suffice. The departure. Pifferi closes the door to the Milanese house, leaving Diana alone. Her destination is the province of Bergamo, where her on-again, off-again partner resides. The journey. Pifferi travels to Bergamo. She is driven by the immediate relief of seeing her partner, quickly pushing thoughts of Diana's welfare to the back of her mind. The silence in the crib. Back in Milan, the first few hours pass. Diana, perhaps initially distracted by the bottles and her toys, eventually notices the absence. The small supply of liquid begins to dwindle quickly under the heat of the July summer. Her isolation is absolute. There is no one to hear her cries, no one to intervene. Midweek, the partner's presence. Alessia Pifferi spends the week in Bergamo. She later claims her partner viewed Diana as an obstacle and was verbally aggressive, citing a fear of his reactions as the reason she did not immediately demand to return home. This fear, whether real or exaggerated, is now the alleged justification for the abandonment. Midweek, near Mississippi. 2 days before the end of the 6-day period, Pifferi accompanies her partner to Milan for work. She is within a short distance of the Via Parea apartment, but she does not go home. She chooses to stay with her partner, putting the fear of his reaction above the certain, desperate need of her infant daughter. The chance for intervention is knowingly missed. Part 2, the 6-day descent. The water runs out. The 2 bottles of milk and water, intended to last 6 days for an 18-month-old, are consumed or spoiled. The lack of nourishment and hydration becomes critical. The investigations later confirm the cause of death as starvation and profound dehydration. Pifferi's justification. While on trial, Pifferi articulates her warped reasoning for the abandonment to the prosecutor. "I left her 2 bottles of milk. I thought that was enough." This statement highlights a chilling disconnect from the reality of childcare, projecting a belief that an infant can endure such conditions unsupervised. The isolation deepens. Diana, now severely dehydrated, loses the strength to cry. The heat of the sealed apartment in the middle of summer exacerbates her condition. The quiet that descends upon the apartment is the final, deadly sign of her failing vital signs. The end of the relationship escape. The 6-day interlude with her partner ends. Pifferi decides to return to Milan, the fear of her partner no longer outweighing her need to check on the situation she created. The decision is made, not out of maternal panic, but because the temporary distraction has ceased. July 20th, 2022. The return. Alessia Pifferi finally reaches the apartment in Via Parea. The door may or may not have been secured. She claims she doesn't recall. The atmosphere inside is stagnant and silent, a heavy contrast to the noise and movement of a healthy toddler's home. The discovery. Pifferi approaches the crib where Diana lies. She caresses her daughter and immediately notes the chilling stillness. "I saw that she wasn't moving and I understood that something was wrong. She wasn't standing like the other times. She wasn't playing." Part 3. The failed revivals and reckoning. The futile efforts. In a panicked, desperate attempt to reverse the irreversible, Pifferi tries to revive the skeletal body of her daughter. She describes an almost ritualistic, disjointed attempt. "I tried to resuscitate her. I gave her a cardiac massage. I picked her up and gave her a few pats on the back." The water spurt. She attempts to physically revive the severely dehydrated child by applying water. "I tried wetting her hands, feet and head to see if she would recover. I put her back in the cot and also squirted some water in her mouth. These efforts, hours or days too late, are medically meaningless and tragically symbolic of her belated concern. The call for help. Finally accepting the grim reality, Pifferi seeks external aid. She doesn't call emergency services directly, but goes to the most immediate source of help. I saw that he didn't recover, and I went to call the neighbor. The decision to involve the neighbor marks the point where the private, hidden tragedy becomes a public, legal crisis. The investigation begins. Police and investigators arrive at the scene. The condition of the child and the evidence of prolonged isolation, the empty bottles, the general lack of care quickly establish the nature of the case. Prosecutors Francesco de Tomasi and Rosaria Stagnero begin the formal investigation into what is deemed a voluntary, multi-aggravated homicide. The admitted pattern. Under questioning, Pifferi admits this was not the first time. She confirms leaving Diana alone on previous occasions, justifying the earlier instances by noting that she would go away and usually come straight home the next day. This admission established a pattern of neglect, transforming the final act from a singular mistake into the culmination of a reckless habit. The trial. Alessia Pifferi is brought before the Assize Court of Milan. Her defense rests heavily on the claim of fear, seeking to shift responsibility. I didn't go to Diana for fear of my partner. She attempts to portray the child as an object of her partner's scorn, stating he merely used me and that Diana was an obstacle for him. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Eraverse for more fascinating stories and history.